Izzy's invisible island. Izzy was an inventor. Her room wasn't filled with dolls or toys, but with wonderful, wacky contraptions made from cardboard, rubber bands, and lots of tape. Her latest and greatest invention was the spectacular sonic screwdriver, which was really just a squeaky dog toy attached to a flashlight. She claimed it could find things that were lost. She was testing it in her backyard, pointing it at the rose bushes. "Squeak! No lost socks here," she said seriously. She pointed it at the old oak tree. "Squeak! No missing cookies either." She pointed it toward the sparkling blue ocean that lay beyond her cliffside house. Squeak, 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 squee. The screwdriver went completely berserk. "That's it," Izzy yelled. "Something's out there, something big." She ran inside and announced her discovery to her older brother Leo, who was building a complicated Lego spaceship. "Leo, the ocean is hiding a gigantic lost thing. My invention says so." Leo didn't look up. "Izzy, it's a dog toy. The only thing it's found is the neighbor's Labrador, Buster." But Izzy was not discouraged. She packed her explorer's kit, a magnifying glass, a butterfly net, just in case, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and her spectacular sonic screwdriver. She marched down to the beach, determined to find out what was lost. She waded into the water, the screwdriver squeaking wildly. Suddenly, her foot didn't hit sand. It hit something smooth, solid, and completely see-through. It felt like glass, but it was as firm as rock. She took another step, then another. She was walking on an invisible surface right on top of the water. "An invisible bridge!" she gasped. She followed the path, the squeaks of her screwdriver guiding her. Seagulls seemed to perch on nothingness ahead of her. The further she went, the stranger things became. She felt a cool mist from an invisible waterfall. She smelled the sweet scent of invisible flowers. Finally, the invisible bridge led to a large shimmering shape in the hazy distance. As she stepped onto it, the world wobbled like a mirage, and suddenly everything snapped into view. She was standing on an island, but it wasn't a normal island. The sand was pale lavender and as soft as powdered sugar. The trees grew lollipops instead of leaves, and a chocolate river gurgled through a meadow of minty green grass. The entire island was a wonderful, impossible dessert, and it was completely empty. "This is it," Izzy whispered to herself. "The lost thing, a whole island." She soon discovered why it was lost. In the center of the island was its heart, a large frosted cupcake with a single sparkling candle. But the candle's flame was flickering weakly, about to go out. Izzy understood. The island wasn't just invisible, it was forgotten. It needed wonder and excitement to stay real and visible. Without it, the flame would go out, and the island would vanish forever. "An island needs people," Izzy declared. Well, one person for now. It needs an official explorer. She got to work. She used her magnifying glass to examine the candy blossoms. She used her butterfly net to catch the smell of the sugar-spun clouds. She built a makeshift dam out of gingerbread rocks to see if she could change the chocolate river's flow. She could, and she took a delicious sip. Most importantly, she played. She slid down a glacier of vanilla ice cream. She built a sand castle from the lavender sand and decorated it with jelly bean pebbles. She laughed and whooped with pure joy. And with every game she played and every new thing she discovered, the cupcake candle's flame burned a little brighter and stronger. She was having so much fun, she forgot to be quiet. Her laughter carried across the water, all the way to the shore where Leo was now flying a kite. He stopped. He could have sworn he heard his sister's voice coming from the middle of the empty ocean. And was that the smell of chocolate? He squinted. For just a second, he saw a flicker of something, a splash of color, a glint of light. He shook his head and looked again. It was gone. Back on the island, Izzy knew she had to go home, but she couldn't let the island disappear again. She had an idea, a brilliant inventor's idea. She took out the only thing she had left in her explorer's kit, her half-eaten peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Carefully, she broke off the crust and placed it near the base of the cupcake. It wasn't much, but it was a piece of her world, a token of her visit. "Stay real," she whispered to the island. As she crossed the invisible bridge back to the beach, she turned around. The island was still there, visible and vibrant, the candle flame burning steady and strong. Her sandwich crust had turned into a small, shiny plaque that read, "Izzy was here." When she got home, she burst into Leo's room. "Leo, you'll never believe it. I found an invisible island made of dessert." Leo, for once, didn't tease her. He just said, "You know, something weird happened. I thought I saw something out on the water, and I could have sworn I smelled candy." Izzy's eyes widened. "You saw it? That means it's working." "Seeing what?" asked their mom, coming into the room with a plate of actual, non-magical cookies. Izzy and Leo looked at each other. "Some secrets are too big to keep entirely to yourself." "Mom," Izzy said, taking a cookie, "how would you feel about a boat trip tomorrow? Leo and I think we found a new place to explore." And the next day, as their little rowboat moved through the water, Izzy held her spectacular sonic screwdriver. It squeaked like crazy. And right in front of them, the air began to shimmer. The faint smell of chocolate and candy filled the air. Leo's jaw dropped. "Whoa," Izzy just smiled. She wasn't just an inventor anymore. She was the keeper of a secret, the discoverer of wonders, the official explorer of the most magical place on Earth, her very own invisible island.